Happy Thursday, everybody. Yeah. Ah. Remix.
My bad.
No, you good. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Change the Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burton. We got an awesome show tonight. Tonight we'll be discussing something I think a lot of people have. Well, especially a lot of couples have. That's keeping family out of your business. A lot of recent, I know most people, not most, a lot of people have seen the trial that's been going viral lately with Travis Rudolph, the former NFL player, that's in a situation where he had a domestic dispute with an ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
You know, she got mad, went back home, told her brothers and his friends, told them to go shoot his house, shoot his ass up. They went over there, they say to talk. And the conversation was between the AR-15, and they had guns on them.
Okay.
They went over this man's house to talk.
Talk to him.
Yeah. You know, she got instructions to go shoot his shit up.
Okay.
And so when they went over there, words were exchanged, but also some damn bullets.
Oh, okay.
And right now the brother's on trial for murder. And I think the biggest problem coming up is he said he seen them brandish guns. They had guns on them. He said he seen them brandish guns.
Okay.
But because they were in a retrieval state,
Okay.
and I think a lot of them guys got shot in the back, that's what's causing the whole thing with murder, because it wasn't an issue of standing your ground if they got their back to you.
Okay.
That was his thing. So it's going to be interesting to see how it unfolds with everything. But that situation like that where you got somebody that, you know, you got couples everywhere, they got different ways they function.
Right.
Some folks, you know, my granddaddy say, some women like the F and F.
Right.
And that was the F word and fight. You know what I mean? That's it. F and F. That's all she want to do, boy. F and F.
Okay.
You know, F blank blank K and fight. And when you got somebody like that you dealing with, what's going on, Trading Code? What's going on now? When you got people that's like that, it can be a damn headache. If you don't function like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I want to have
your first mind.
Exactly. Right. So that's why we had a conversation in regards to keeping family out of your business, because at the end of the day, a lot of times when you turn certain pages in a relationship or even with your household, you bring other people from out of that in there, it can change the dynamic tremendously. And once things altered, you can't come back from it. Yeah, shit, I don't think you can. I mean, you can always be cordial and cool, but once damage is done, it's done. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Again, now with that, guys, we're having a call-in show. Again, we're talking about tonight about keeping family out of your business. The call-in number is 678-740-9894. Again, the call-in number is 678-740-9894. Again, this is Change Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burton. Right now, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. The main hub is the Changing Lives YouTube channel, where we have over 700 videos covering motivation, family, parenting, mentorship, a lot of great information. So regardless of what platform you're looking at, make sure you go to the YouTube channel, Change Your Lives, subscribe. Got my little sister saying, nope, I'm going to war about my brother. You better. Shit. That's my baby.
Right.
That one talking about a little bit. You better. But you know, but definitely it's one of them things. Oh, before I want to get started, I'm moving too fast. Want to give a big shout out to my awesome producer, DJ Lab.
What's going on, brother? It's Thursday.
Hey, man. Best day of the week.
We're bringing the drama today.
Yeah. Well, you know, hey. It's one of them things I think we need to talk about, because you never know. A lot of people go through this kind of thing and they never really look at it from a certain perspective. Because I'm going to be transparent with stuff that's going on with me. So I think it can help a lot of people. We had a discussion about it. But I also want to give what's up to my other producer, say what's up to my other producer, Slick316. What's up, Reek?
What's going on, Reek?
It's something else. Also, one quick thing, I talked about it last week, but just to give a big shout out and congratulations to both of my sons, PJ and Chris. They both graduated this past Friday. Yeah, so it was cool. So I'm very proud of both of them. We had a cookout this Sunday, celebrating both of them and everything. So I just want to tell both of them, I don't know if they look at anything like that, but both of y'all, I'm proud of you. I love you. And good luck in all your future endeavors. But again, going back to what we're talking about tonight, keeping family out your business. Like I said, kind of got inspired to have this discussion in regards to the whole situation with former NFL player Travis Rudolph. And again, like I said, if you have looked at a lot of the clippings from the case have been streamed live. You see different clips on different social media platforms where in general it was domestic dispute, him and his girlfriend. She left when he got her brother and her friends and sent them over there. And confrontation happened. And from that point, now you got, I think one man deceased, and I think two of them shot. One or two more were injured.
I thought two were deceased. I read it that it was two was deceased.
Two of the six. I thought one. I'm not for sure, but hey, we know somebody damn dead.
I was trying to read up on it because really I hadn't kept up with it. I didn't know what it was till I saw what we was talking about today, so I kind of had to catch up a little bit.
I know one guy was dead. I think a brother. It was I think 4 in total that went over there. But you see it all on the Ring camera. They all got the hoodies on. They walk to the door, ring, and they go out and talk and everything. Then chaos went for them. I think the thing is still going. The whole point of the prosecutors are looking at in regards to my sister got shootout too. You also a great father. Thank you a little bit. Shout out to you too. Oh, thanks a little bit. My sister said I'm a great father. I appreciate it.
That's right.
I appreciate it a little bit. Thank you. That means a lot. But I think again the trial is precedented on were they actually a threat at that point where you start using deadly force. So I think that's what Florida, with the what's the young man, stand your ground, lab.
One who got killed in the car, you talking about?
No. The young man got killed a couple years ago. Not Tamir Rice. The young man with the guy George Zimmerman.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I know you're talking about.
Damn, lad. Damn, we'll come around, but and his face is in my head right now.
His face too.
Yeah, but see, the thing of it is, the whole thing with the stand your ground,
it's just so
being
many.
Florida, exactly. But that's been the case with that. But what I want to have a discussion in regards to why does this happen so often? Why does it happen so often? Because a lot of times when you meet with somebody and you start liking them, usually it's like the immediate stuff, like do they got children or something like that or whatever. Do they got like homeboys or girlfriends and stuff like that? Because that's like the first part you see, unless they have like a parent or sibling or something that lives with them. So typically a lot of times, Trayvon Martin, thanks Trey Nicole. Trayvon Martin, thank you. Right. She Googled it. Right. Thanks, I appreciate that.
Right.
But a lot of times, the surface folks that you normally meet first, that's kind of who you kind of engulf yourself with, getting to know.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, once you start getting close with somebody, then things, they depending on
what
how.
You got going on.
Yeah. If they learning your stuff, you learning their stuff, what's being transpired with each other and stuff, that comes into play. And a lot of times, what people don't think about is, to some degree, good, bad, big or small, when you start dealing with somebody, you dealing with they family.
And they friends.
And friends too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what stuff can get funky. That's what stuff can get funky because at the end of the day, of course, when you become involved, relationships change or adjust however you want to go to it, go about it. But what happens is people aren't really, I don't think, prepared for the impact of it.
The impact of it.
Because you might have a situation where we got girls' night or we got bros' night and all this kind of stuff. And that doesn't mean you have to stop. But, you and the fellas, y'all hang out 3-4 days out of the week.
Right.
As you get your girl or your wife, things may adjust. Same thing with the young ladies. And a lot of times, right or wrong, mental health wise, you might have them sounding boards, be it your homeboy, be it your mama, your daddy, your partner or whatever, co-worker. That, hey man, not that you even put everybody in your business, but you telling people certain things to kind of, get stuff you don't keep it inside. The issue comes up with that may not be that bad a deal when you're talking about your career, co-worker, things like that, aspirations. But when we start talking about relationship, sometimes, that person can have an impact going forward because there's no big deal. Like, saying, you tell your mom or your brother about your supervisor.
Right.
They can be F that joker, this, that, and that. But you tell them about your boyfriend, now we got some lingering feelings because at the end of the day, we all know that when things happen, you got three sides: your side, they side, and the truth. You know what I'm saying? And depending on how you feel, like that's how much gonna come out. And it's very funny because when I was looking at some of the clippings from the trial, when the defense attorneys were asking the young lady all these questions, like showing her the text messages, bringing up, it's like, she tried to go beforehand, delete texts and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, hey man, I really started this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So
like, yeah, exactly.
From what I read, she told me to go,
shoot it up, shoot that shit up. And you sitting there like, okay.
She said she thought on the stand, she's like, that might have been a bad choice of words. No, that was pretty clear.
Yeah, pretty clear. And you knew they were going to arm.
You knew who your brothers then were.
Yeah.
You knew who your brothers were. Why you told them.
Yeah, and now you're at a point where you have the deceased young black man, and nobody can really turn, but everybody want to point fingers.
Right.
And that's the thing about it. When you do things, that's me included. It's consequences. For we all got to be able to do it. Nobody want to be accountable. With anything. You go over somebody's house, what are they going to say? To get on the stand and say, look, I just went over there to talk. Why you take your pistol with you?
Why you take your gun with you?
Why you take your pistol with you?
Right.
Why would you go to somebody's house and you could have called a text?
Right. If the defense attorney don't answer that question for me, he went over there with his pistol because she told him to shoot.
Yeah, but
allegedly.
Yeah, but even what they're saying. So, and you know them trigger points in your family.
All right, but like I said, she knew who her brother was.
Yeah.
And she knew who his friends was.
Yeah.
And she knew by telling him whatever she told him, he was gonna handle that. You don't go tell your cream puff. You don't go tell the person scared. You don't go say, and he's real scary. I'm gonna go tell him. You don't tell him. You know who you gonna go tell.
Yeah.
Everybody know who they gonna go tell if there's some trouble going down. Come on now.
That's the thing with that. And you got to be careful with that kind of thing because, like I say, once that door open, you're gonna better close it back.
It's gonna be hard to close.
Guys, if you have a situation where you had a family or friend member, you would probably just open your mouth and just told them something, and you kind of regret what came about it because the other person might then reconcile. Please call in and share your story. The call-in number again is 678-740-9894. Again, call in 678-740-9894. What Lil Bit said, they went over there to do what they did. Exactly. Exactly. And when again, how many times have you sit there and just, you just might be pissed. Man, she done did this, that, and that. And you might just be venting to somebody because you need to get the shit out your chest.
Right.
But you realize, I shouldn't have vented to this damn person.
Because that's a fool.
Yeah. That's a fool. Or they gonna say they so what's the word? They're so biased to me that I can be wrong and they ain't gonna see the wrong. They're not gonna check me on my wrong. It's just because it was done to me. Now we're gonna sit there and just be looking at it like shit. That's just how that is, and I think that'd be the problem because you got some people that know. You get what I'm saying? I'm wrong.
Right.
And I'm telling you what she did, this, that, and that.
She found all the wrong that they did.
Yeah, exactly.
And why you did what you did because she did what she did.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. They ain't checking you and all that kind of stuff. So now you're sitting in a situation like, you're not even getting, good critique or any kind of counsel. You just really just got a damn yes person. And it's cool. We need them people in our corners in our lives because again, when we get down, our families and friends, a lot of times they help champion us through certain things. But sometimes when you putting stuff out there now, like, okay, cool, you done vent it. And you might have shared this with your best friend.
Right.
Share this with your parent. But then like the next week, y'all got a picnic, and then everybody eating and stuff. Your folks ain't speaking to them.
Right.
Your folks acting funky with them.
Right.
Like, why you disrespect them? I just can't stand them. Some shit you done see.
Because you done said something.
Yeah. You done said something. And those kind of instances, I don't think people really understand the whole dynamic.
Right.
About doing it. And a lot of times our emotions kind of cover over.
I feel say, when we get emotional about things, we say stuff off the cuff a lot of times. We are told to control those emotions when we're angry and step back and think about it for 10 seconds, but we don't do that. We just go out, we just fly off the handle all the time. And that's the case in this thing. She got mad, flew off the handle. But you know what the other part that's bad about it, keep your family out your business, when you do tell somebody and they tell everybody else.
You know.
And then, you know what I'm saying, then the person you didn't like, say if she would have told her mama, then her mama told her dad. Her dad told me, I don't know how many siblings she got, told her other sister. Her other sister told her brother.
Mm-hmm.
Then her brother went, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She didn't tell him, but the other sister told him, and by the time he get 4 or 5 people, he done stomped in the face and all this other stuff didn't happen because you add on stuff.
Yeah.
As the story gets told.
Yeah. And you know who the hell you can't, you know who you can tell stuff to,
Mm-hmm.
and the whole city gonna find out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You know the people that you can only confide certain things into.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't involve or tell your family and friends everything. You may forgive your mate, but your people remember.
Absolutely, all the damn time.
Right.
Libby said that wasn't an event, that was a plan. And you know, but to that point, one of the biggest things is I just think that, and I think you need to be trying to find, when you dating somebody, you can like them. Mm-hmm. But see, that's why I say little shit like this, I won't say it's little, but those are the kind of things that ruin relationships. Mm-hmm. Because you could be dating somebody and like, man, you ain't saying that to your people, they too much overbearing. Mm-hmm. You can kick it with somebody and then say go next level with them. Mm-hmm. But that's one of them things that's always going to fester and cause problems. Because we know elite don't just get better on its own, it's going to get worse.
It's going to get worse.
And when you're dealing with, man, because I'm telling you, man, that was one of the biggest things that I went through in my marriage, man. I had a very, very disrespectful father-in-law.
Yeah.
Very disrespectful, man. You seen this? Yeah, MF came on the damn show that time.
Right.
And my mother-in-law wasn't as bad, but you know they would always overstep boundaries. And I was married to somebody that wouldn't check it.
Check that, right.
You know what I'm saying? At some points, early, yeah. As years went by, no.
Right.
And a lot of times, things aren't addressed. You know, it's all gonna get worse, and that's why it's very important. One thing we start looking at, you gotta say it. What my sister probably your mommy. Yeah. But one thing about it, I have no problem saying that to my mom. Mm-hmm. I ain't got no problem, you know. And that's the God truth. If anybody know different, they welcome to say it. Guys, feel free to call in. The call-in number 678-740-9894. Again, the call-in number is 678-740-9894. One thing, oh man, let me put the call-in number on damn Instagram. My ass, I thought I had put it everywhere. Guess not. Shit. I don't know why it ain't showing, lab.
You typing it in there?
Well, I had thought I had it on there. Call in.
You gotta pin it.
Yeah, lab, but hell, it's got it almost like I was texting somebody. 678-740. 9894. I can shoot it off when I'm there running my mouth.
Right. It's a little different when you try to type it.
Yeah.
Slick say women will also cause trouble or shit. Then when your people get involved, you on his side now.
Yeah, and one of the biggest problems, you know, to that point I was getting at, like with my head wife, and I seen a lot of times people don't set them boundaries early. Mm-hmm. Like, look,
I got this.
I got this. Chill out. Don't go there. This, that, and that. People don't say that.
Right.
And a lot of times your silence say a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't check shit early or whatever. But that's one of the biggest things where, you know, over the years, not addressing, not saying that, not saying nothing. Because what was happening, you know, on my end,
right.
Shit, okay now, all right, Pop.
Right.
20-year-old poochie, 30-year-old poochie, Pop, you need to chill out. 40-year-old poochie, mother, you know what I'm saying?
Right. It's a little different.
You know, now I'm going below the belt like you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What you do for yours? Where were you at? Now that, you know.
Right.
You don't even want to go in them conversations.
Cutting the jugular a little bit deep then.
hell, telling the truth, but you wish,
Right.
What Reek says pinned on that. Okay, cool. I just pinned it on there, Reek. I just pinned on that. I thought I had pressed the thing on that. Thanks, Reek. But that was one of the big things, you try to, a lot of times, like, look, set these boundaries early. And I think a lot of times people don't want to do that. But the issue, even when you set boundaries, you got to sit there and just have, clear expectations. Well, look, this is how things are on the road, because I can't stay the hell out of my business, but then as soon as shit go wrong, I'm going telling you about it. Right? You dig what I'm saying? So what a lot of time people come to you and say, well, look, man, can you help me pay this bill? And before we're like, shit, man, I thought you just got this, I thought you got that.
Right.
And then we're like, man, well, look, I don't want you talking about that. Can I just borrow the money? Now, you can't ask for my help and then legislate how the hell I give it to you.
Right.
No. I mean, if I got a question, because you just bragging about it. Y'all just went on a trip, this, that, and that.
Right.
Now, do you feel like some of the stuff may be overbearing where they asking you going over this, that, and that? Possibly.
Right.
But you putting them in your business.
By asking them.
My grandfather told me a long time, he said, Poochie, you don't want me in your shit, don't put me in it.
Simple as that.
Hey. And I have never, ever, outside of my mother and grandmother, my sister was mostly younger, but most of my mother and grandmother asked nobody to really watch my children. I ain't never really asked my in-laws. I probably never did. And, again, cause I knew they weren't going to, say no, whatever, this, that, and that. But I never really asked nobody for anything. Not no money. I mean, I've been blessed, but when I ain't above asking. But I just pretty much just did without. Because I didn't want to hear that shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the consequence I had to take. Like, I'm sitting there saying, okay, Poochie, I'll be uncomfortable knowing, okay, now I would never, let me say this, my ego would never override my children's well-being.
Right.
But I pretty much always try to keep things in line with that. But a lot of times you hear that with people, they want your help, but they want you to do it the way they want it.
Do it silently.
Yeah, exactly.
Silently.
Like,
just hand it over. Don't ask me no questions.
Shit, you go to the damn bank, they gonna ring credit, they gonna ask all these damn questions. Why the hell I can't?
Right.
So, but you gotta understand, when we start talking about keeping family out your business, you gotta keep this stuff in mind. When you like I said, you can't just set the damn boundaries, but then your ass jumping back and forth on the side of the fence. You know what I mean? Real talk.
Right.
Real talk. Because you want me to sit here and help your child become a man, but now you get mad every damn time and tell everybody, because I said I got my voice loud with him. He just fuss at him. He just do this, he do that. Shit, man. Well, look, let me be.
Right.
Let me be. You know what I'm saying?
Leave me alone.
I can be that stepdaddy where I just buy Tonka toys and make sure everything good or whatever. You want that to happen.
Right.
You feel me?
Saying.
And that's the thing about it. You can't sit here and just legislate that, But and I think that's where a lot of people get lost at a lot of times. What we got?
She said one of my people's boyfriend jumped on her in my presence, and then she went to. Yeah, it was a whole big old story. It was a whole big to do, but long story short, Regal friend to do something that was gonna get her in trouble, and then the person went back to the person.
And that always happens.
Right.
That always happens. You sit there getting all in the ruckus and all that, they back together. That's what I'm saying. That's why people gotta be very conscious of that, because the family sit here and they come to your defense, and you still with this person.
Right.
Not only is two things happen out of that. You've damaged the way that they probably were connecting with that person, but also now you got your people rolling with you a certain way, like, oh, they don't even really want to help you.
Right.
Because you boomeranging off that, you tugging on their heartstrings because they don't want to see you hurt, and they being protective of you. After a while, to protect themselves, they're going to distance themselves from you. Yeah. We're doing that. So that's why have to be very, very, very careful with that. You know the people that's close to you that you can talk to, and the shit gonna stay there. They ain't gonna judge you.
They ain't gonna say much.
They ain't gonna say too much,
right.
And you might say, and it may be a conversation where you just say, well, look, let me just get your opinion. Let me run this by you. Again, like we're talking about keeping family out of your business. You might have that friend where you just say, look, man, let's just rap. And it just gonna stay at that. I ain't asked for your damn guidance. I just need to get this shit out of my damn chest.
Right.
And you know those people, but you know those people also that when you start running your damn mouth, they gonna have a point or rebuttal, this, that, and that, and you gotta be prepared. What we talk about the show all the time. You gotta be. It's one thing to vent, but when you start talking, think before you start telling people how you feel, because shit, people have a response.
Yeah, and you gotta deal with the consequences of that, what you telling them.
Yeah, cause you start venting about your significant other, and then your mama saying, "I knew he wasn't shit." How you say that, mama? Cause he ain't shit.
Right.
Cause he ain't that. Yeah, he got it. And now your mama saying stuff you ain't know she.
Heard.
What? And you kind of feeling some type of way because, damn, like I thought you liked him. And hell, you in your whole mind he ain't shit. Now everybody giving they little spiel on stuff, and you just like, I ain't know this shit was gonna go this way.
But that happens when you when you go back to something about let's just say your sister, not your sister, but anybody's sister, come to you and borrow money, but she got this nigga at the house. Like, hold on. You got a whole dude at the house, like, whole dude, and you come to me for $200? You can't get it from him?
And then you, what the hell you calling me? How his punk ass called me?
Right.
How his punk ass called me?
She started telling you stuff. Well, every time I ask for money, then now you pissed off at him.
Yeah.
You don't like him no more.
Yeah.
Y'all don't barbecue or nothing no more together. You
Well,
come over and watch sports with you, now you don't want to be bothered with.
But you know,
But she's still there.
Yeah, but I say that, I guess me just being me. I can say sometimes it might just be that family member ask you, and the other person don't even know shit about it. But sometimes people pull on your heartstring. But that, to your point, open that damn door about what that. Well, a little bit said I had to learn that, and you're so right. Yeah, you gotta be very careful. 'Cause when doors get open, we gotta be understanding that. Like, hey man, you gotta understand. And I was just thinking about earlier. It's kind of with don't get our subject. Me being a youth mentor, and I remember, I think I shared a story before when I did the and I'm talking about keeping folks out to bid, but I remember being signing for Big Brothers, and I went to meet my little brother the first time, and I find out what them places have a tough time getting people. They call you the night before. You be all excited, like, man, I'm gonna meet my little brother, this, that, and that.
Right.
And I told him I was a young father, I'm ready to make an impact on the black community, all that bullshit. I'm just happy.
Right.
And I was in I think my late 20s. I don't even think I was 30 years old. And but I know PJ was a baby, so I was in my late 20s. But anyway, you all hyped up. They did the background checks. You get ready to meet your little brother. The night before you meet, they give you the call. Hey man, you're gonna go meet Jacquees or whatever tomorrow, and just want to give you a little background. They've been diagnosed bipolar since age 3. They were molested. Their mother and father died from crack. They were living in da-da-da-da.
Right.
Scaring the shit out you on the phone.
Right.
Man, I'm finna go throw a little damn ball.
Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a ball to a little nigga in the field or something. Like, what up, champ? Slap ball. Yeah, shit. I'm over there to be scared as shit. And I went the next day to go meet, and I remember when I met with the family, it was me in and out. So I'm getting all the perception. What the fuck y'all want Big Brother for? You got plenty on. But they wouldn't.
Right.
Cat wouldn't shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I remember talking to the grandmother, like, okay, cool. Like, I had tell her, introduce myself. I'm a young father. Me and him can go hang out, but then a lot of times he can go to games. I told the organization, like, we're doing it. I remember the grandmother told me. Now keep in mind, the average person at this time, they're probably worse now, but I know it's like a 2-year waiting list to get a big brother. So they don't wait over 2 years for me to be there. She told me she didn't want me there. She said because she felt he needed one-on-one time. Like, man, ain't nobody volunteer for this shit, especially when they get their damn story. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that was just the whole thing about how people just shift stuff and want things the way they want it.
One time you taking them to the game.
No, man. No, but that's the thing about it. Like, people, they want things the way they want it.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate because You know, I went back that night. I mean, the next day they called me. Hey, we got another one. Fuck F now.
Right, that messed up your whole perception.
No, I'm gonna focus on mine. Keep coaching at this damn park.
Right.
And leave all that shit alone. Man, I mean that scared the shit out of me.
Right.
You know, and everything. And that's really again what happened a lot of times. We start talking about keeping family out your business. People are so enamored in regards to how they want things, and give it to me this way. Give it to me this way. You know what I'm saying? And I seen that so much.
That's when they getting it for free.
Yeah, but but how many times have you sat there and you seen family members? You ain't really saying that, and just like, hey man, you might got a little cousin, little niece and nephew. Like, hey man, hey bro, let me holler at you. Like, do this, that, and that. And you want to talk to them, but at the end of the day, foundationally,
right,
this shit ain't gonna work because nobody ain't gonna.
It's a crack in.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I'm not forthcoming with, I'm not forthcoming with stuff. I don't know. I've never been the type of person that just want to talk about. I just call it gossip, but I just never been that type of person. I'm not forthcoming with anything. Like, you have to literally ask me what's going on. I'm not gonna come up like, man, but Pooch, let me tell you what happened today. I'm just not gonna do that. I just don't do that. I don't know why. It just don't cross my mind to mention it.
Well, like I always say, you gotta be careful when you give unsolicited advice.
Right.
Cause hey man, I'll talk plenty of folks. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
They call back, hey man, I wanna run something, but man, listen, I should have listened to your ass from the get go. Yeah. Well, you sure should have, cause the shit was free then. Right. Motherfucker, now, hey man, you need to go on the calendar, book an appointment, all this shit,
right.
It was free then. This shit ain't free now. Yeah, I tell you how your damn voice breathing deep. No,
My ex-wife was good for that, telling the family stuff. And I always say, why you always telling them stuff? Like, why you always just giving out so much information? You know what I mean? And she would just talk, and then she get mad when they get around her family and everybody knows the business. I'm like, but you told them. When you told them what was going on, that was carte blanche to tell everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, you told them. So there's really nothing that you can say to them, because once you gave them the information, once you confessed to them, they didn't have an obligation to hold it.
Hell no. You
right.
Put on Daily Press. I said, what's up, mama? My mama that came on Instagram.
Oh, mama on Instagram now.
What's up, mama?
What's up, mama?
It's my sister, not mama on IG. Mama that came on Instagram.
Yeah.
But no, and that's funny, like, cause like I said, a lot of times, people will sit here and do that. Cause I'm gonna say this, I always was very conscious of whether or not to let my family know. Probably say what's going on in my marriage. Because I like, nah. Like, you ain't with nobody, ain't no big deal. But like the stuff you like, look, man, I don't even want that to happen. And I think we as a couple probably did that for a minute. And I think when she stopped doing that, I'm not trying to say anything about it in particular, but I think that's when things changed. Because a lot of times now people getting opinions on shit where I feel like, and this is what people got to be very careful. We talking about keeping family out your business. Folks will give you advice on shit they ain't never did or they experienced.
Yeah, not one time.
And you sitting there,
experts.
You sitting there listening to somebody telling you what to do and I want to do this, that, and that,
right.
And they shit all tangled and twisted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then your shit over with, they tangle and twist. You know what I'm saying? You just to keep, stir BS in your life. And I seen that personally. Right there, just whatever, and everything. Because I seen the whole thing with Poochie this, you shouldn't, he ain't this, that, and that. Like, damn. Really?
I was everything but son of God.
Yeah, shit. And at the end of the day, when people, and those are times when, I was just talking about, like, you hear somebody, mama say something about somebody. That's when people have been keeping all kind of locked in prejudices about a person.
They ain't like you in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I heard about he did this. I heard you sitting there like, what? They bringing all kind of shit. Yes, she did it. I heard she was talking to her co-worker. They go to lunch.
Right.
Shit, you hearing like, man, where the hell that come from? But it happens. So that's why you got to be very, very careful of that. Key thing is, I think that you have to make sure that you check shit real quick when things are going left. We start talking again. We're talking about keeping family out your business. Guys, remember to call in number 678-740-9894. Again, 678-740-9894. Please call in, everybody.
Y'all can use an alias.
Yeah. You ain't gotta tell your real name and nothing like that. What let me say? That man doing Tyrone down the street. You funny, Lord. So say preach. But it's very funny that you have to make sure when things go left. I mean, even if somebody you love them close, hey, look, man, step out of it. We got it. You got to be that way because your family and friends love you. And most of the time they want you. You got some people that are going to be jealous or vindictive or whatever. But for the most part, your family and friends love you. But because they love you, again, they got them biases to you. And they can overstep them not liking your person, just not liking them. Ain't no the person you with is not a big deal.
Right.
But them not liking because they done got some kind of ammo. Now they can always sit here and draw. They always throw that back in your damn face, and then it can make you feel, to belittle you, make you feel stupid or whatever. Cause y'all done moved on. This happens a lot with domestic arguments, infidelity, things like that, where you like, okay, move on, but you don't put some other folks in there because a lot of times, unfortunately, when people go through stuff, when the first thing they want to know is who all know, because nobody want to be embarrassed, nobody want to feel stupid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You catch your old lady, you catch your old man and stuff like that, you can make them go through hell at home. I ain't talking about no physical stuff, but just torment their ass until y'all move on. But when other people outside your crib know that now, your person you with can feel stupid.
Right.
Yeah, so now that's a whole different dynamic with going through that. So that's why I said when you do it now, that's why it's so important. The people that you share stuff with gotta be the type of person that look, they gonna stay even keel. They gonna give you good game, good advice, and they also gonna keep your shit to themselves, because if you got a damn person, well, okay, cool. Let me tell you, this person I get on my chest, but this damn person is Atlanta Journal-Constitution. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what's gonna come out of that. You know what I mean?
Editorial board.
Absolutely. Now everybody know your damn business, what's going on. Now you feeling really stupid and everything. So you gotta be very, very, very careful with that. Also, just people outside of your particular. So when you start talking to people outside your house, you know what I'm saying? Just finding solid people. And I'm a big proponent in mental health, but also knowing the levels of friendship you have with certain people, because that doesn't make a person less your friend because you can't share shit with them. They just might be your party friend. They might be your drinking friend.
Right.
They might be this, that, and that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like when I got friends, we might sit here and just talk about business and kick it. Might smoke a cigar, philosophize about different stuff. And then I got some, man, like, hey, boy, did you see old girl last night on the game, the cheerleaders, da.
Right.
Hey, man, like, you know that.
Right.
So trying to make somebody something that they not, that's when I think a lot of times we cause problem when I say it. So you have those friends where you can, okay, if it's 1, 2, if you don't have it, shit, go, what is Catholic Church do, what that shit?
Confessional.
Confession. You know who don't go to church around here. But,
right.
Find somebody.
Right.
I remember, like, when I was here, I was going through my damn divorce. Some stuff I didn't want to share with my family, man. I just had a big old oak tree in my backyard. My little damn Winston.
Right.
Winston?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not good at sharing stuff with friends, though. I don't know. It's just, in my experiences, this is just my experiences. When you share stuff with friends, it tends to get back. I don't know how it happens, but I just don't do it. I try. I try to, because I know you got to let that steam out. You got to, you know what I'm saying, pressure bust pipes. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? So you have to, release that valve a little bit to let that pressure out. But it's very hard for me to do. I think about it, and I ponder it, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to let these people in my business or not. Like, it's some things you just, sometimes you just got to let it out and see what happens. I'm a good proponent of, and I learned this from Slicker, telling bits and pieces to see what does get back.
Yeah. And that, to that point, that's a good point. That's one of my notes I wrote down. Just avoid sharing unnecessary details.
Right.
Because a lot of times, You know, you get that hook. Well, you know, he was out. Well, what the hell he was out doing?
Mm-hmm.
Where you this? Where you find out about out? You know. You know, you just say, hey, he came back late. You don't want to bring up about you found the rubbers, you did this and all that stuff.
Right. He came back. You tell this person he came back late.
Yeah.
You tell this other person, oh, I found the rubbers, I found this and that, and then you see what get back, and then that's the person you eliminate from the conversation.
Don't even tell nobody about the rubbers.
Future Jones says he talked to himself and make videos.
Just don't publish.
Just don't publish. Yeah.
Just don't post.
Right.
They just said I write it down now. But you know that is very, very important because again, like I get your point. Like you know, you don't want to share certain things with certain people because of that. A lot of times we get like that because we done got burned. We're doing it, and hopefully in life you can actually get to the point where you have a person where you can kind of keep stuff in and stuff. You know, I mean, kind of get things out. We're doing it, but it's very tough because, like I said, once things go a certain way, you got to be very, very careful with that.
Especially when it's with family. Family always tends to think that they have their best interests at heart, and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes they think they do, but it's mostly their own interests. What they think is the best interest for you is really their own interests.
Yeah, water cooler,
right.
Picnic,
right.
Family reunion talk.
Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, everybody talking about your shit. You know what I'm saying? To keep the conversation going. He still with her. I thought he did that. Oh, she still with that nigga.
Whispering the car.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He just walked in. Come tell you something, dog. I remember an instance where my ex-father-in-law called me and asked some things about one of my sons.
Mm-hmm.
Now, keep in mind, it wasn't a situation where it was a grandparent wanted to know this, that, and that. He wanted to know details about shit I was doing, whatever, with certain things. I like, man, you know, hey, Pop, you know, I don't mind. Hey, man, how they doing in school, this, that, and that on the road? Cool.
Right.
But, you know, he asked about shit that I'm paying for, this, that, and that. We ain't really got no relationship,
like
whatever.
That.
Yeah. And I said, man, you know, well, that ain't really your business. And he went into, you know, you don't tell no man this ain't none of our business. No, nigga. I mean, you don't ask. Right. You don't ask. You know these questions. Mm-hmm. I say that to say a lot of things went left, and with that, but that was just really like you have to be very, very careful when somebody stick their damn nose into something in their business. You gotta check shit quick. You gotta check shit quick. You know what I'm saying? And that could be that person. That could be your significant other not saying a damn thing. Mm-hmm. Your kid, whoever. You know what I'm saying? You got to check shit real quick. Because like I say, when you don't, not addressing things, that shit just give people a confidence to keep doing over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Well, my mom put everyone is not your friend. Absolutely not.
Absolutely. Sometimes your significant other not your friend. Yeah, I mean, you talking to your significant other about stuff, and then I know my ex used to tell people I ain't had no job, all this other stuff like. And she know why I didn't have a job. I got laid off. I could not help that, but it was just presenting it as I was just lazy on the couch.
Yeah, that's our household shit.
Right, that's our business.
Yeah.
But you telling everybody else, you get what I'm saying? Like, and you know the reason, but you adding stuff to it. And
here's the deal. Going back to that point. Once you start doing that kind of shit, now everybody get a point of their opinion. Everybody this, that, and that.
Looking at me funny.
Man, I'm telling you.
Then she started cheating. Everybody like, well, you need to, because he ain't working no way.
I remember just me personally. Sometimes I would go places, and most of my ex-in-laws, especially when I like folks out of town, everybody was cool. Mm-hmm. Everybody was cool because they got to meet Poochie. Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty sure the stories that were said about me, yeah, he this, he that. No, you damn think I was Ike Turner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when I met everybody, it was all love because they meet you.
They talk to you.
Yeah, you talk to you, you hang out, you drink. Because, if you guys don't know, I like running my mouth talking. I'm a people person. So, if folks meet you, so they, damn, they cat pretty genuine. But a lot of times people go on them smear campaigns, a lot of that kind of stuff to say and do certain things about you. Mm-hmm. And when you open them doors for the person you with to do that, and like I said, it could be a plethora, just your family, your job and all this other kind of stuff. Once people, like I said, because they got that bias, because they care and love you, man, they can make shit totally bad. Totally bad. And I just don't think a lot of times people prepare certain things with that. Because again, now you done said one thing, open the door, and now your people did respect them. Your people not giving them respect. They're not speaking to them and all that kind of stuff. No matter what it is, like you said, man, look, I just got laid off. I mean, damn, I ain't lazy, just something unfortunate happened to me. But, you know, now folks feel that damn comfortable to label you like you sorry.
Right.
Doing this, that, and that. Hey, is he working? Is he doing this, that?
Right.
Not yet, but this, that, and, you know, damn, I went on 3 or 4 interviews, or y'all might have a conversation. Well, look, let me just help you with this right here for a couple weeks, then I'll start back looking. However you do it. But other people, like I said, want you to open that door.
Well, that's with me. Like now, I know. Even though I was on it, but you learn from them experiences. Now, if I lose a job, that next day, I'm sitting out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and ain't gonna never be a day somebody gonna be able to say, you know, you ain't got no job, you ain't look for none today. No, I'm gonna look for one every day. You know what I'm saying? Because you learn from those experiences, and you like, that's my wife. Like, there should be no wedges between us. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you constantly telling folks our business like it's USA Today.
But shit, like, yeah, you can be looking every day. I mean, a person gonna have a comment regardless.
Right.
No matter what you say. And that's the thing about it. And like, when you especially, this one of the key things is, I never got into it, just me personally, just say my ex-wife, a woman you might kick it with, to go into too much of talking about them. Because in my mind, I'm the real stupid. I'm with you there 20 years.
You, right.
I stayed around them for 20 years.
I'm with you. So what that make me?
Yeah. So, you know, again, we do know sometimes people change and they, you know, over the years and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, you sit there and start, hey, this person, that person, this, that, and that, you know, they wasn't never this, they wasn't never that. What the hell you with them for?
Right.
And that's why we got to be very careful. Or while you still hanging along with certain stuff, man. You got to be very, very careful with that. And I don't think people do that. You looking at, with that particular trial, and with the Travis Rudolph trial, what was sticking with me, just how many times that people have opened those doors to bring other people in, and something was done that they can't come back from. Something was done that you can't come back from. Somebody done lost their damn life.
And it's always when you're drunk and angry and you say stuff like, "I'll shoot him up," and you don't expect the person to do it, I guess, or you do, and it happens.
Yeah.
Now, the person losing their life, people may go somebody's going to jail. That's for sure. And you know you got to deal with them consequences. And you sit back and you think, man, I always say, you know, I always think back to stuff and I say, it could have been one thing to change everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just one little thing to change everything. And I always say that to myself, like, if I hadn't done this, would I be doing this? Because there's always one little thing that could change everything. So all she had to do was go home, go to bed.
Yeah. That far too often.
Right.
You know, we're doing it. You know, a lot of times where people sit and put themselves in situations where you in one perspective you can look at, I got punked. The other perspective, like, look, man, I chose to live another day, or I address stuff. You know, because, you know, people can say things to you out the way, cuss you out, do certain things. You give an emotional response to something, and shit, you got to live what come out of it.
Right.
Because Lav said something to me out the way, I got to decide if I'm going to respond to it. My ego can take over. I say something bad to you, you pull out a pistol, I pull out a pistol, shoot you, I go to jail.
Right.
Right? However we want to do it. You know, I right, wrong, this, that, and that. But I just ain't studying. I got money to make. What the hell I'm arguing with his ass for?
Right.
In your mind, you pump me. In my mind, I got stuff to do. I can't do that. I can't get caught into that. But a little bit said, and she'll be with him tomorrow. You get people involved and still not going to leave the person alone. Exactly. And that's the thing about it. And when you dealing with somebody and you bring your family in or let your friends know about them and stuff like that, and you really are pissed with them. You really are pissed. But that's why I say, you know, I know me. I might have messed up, but I ain't no mess up.
Right.
And a lot of times, folks don't think about that. And now going forward, again, the relationship tainted because they might treat or respond to that person a certain way, and you feeling some type of way about that. Or they might just stop dealing with your ass because they tired of hearing you complain, and they done got emotionally attached to the situation. I don't like how I don't like how she doing my daddy.
Right.
I don't like how she doing my mama, my brother, my sister. And now you sitting there more like, I ain't finna keep dealing with my brother or my sister because she keep dealing with dude.
Right.
And dude really ain't did nothing too tough.
He did nothing.
He ain't did nothing too
What y'all
tough.
talking about.
But you know that she gonna spin it that way. I don't get into that.
You know, I give you a story from when I was younger. My mom's boyfriend was beating on her. I called my uncles. I knew who I was calling.
Mm-hmm.
I knew what was gonna happen. But my uncle, being who he is, he came and he looked. He saw what was going on, and he asked my mom before he did what he was gonna do, and said, "Hey, what's up with y'all?" And she's like, "Well, don't do nothing to him." At that point, he said, "You know what? I'm not finna do nothing to him, and you finna go back with him, or you finna, you know what I'm saying? You gonna be." You're gonna be against me, so I'm just gonna take Lee Allen and we gonna leave.
Mm-hmm.
But he thought about it. He thought about it. He saw the look in her face. He's like, "Nah, I ain't finna do that." I know what he's doing. I'm thinking the whole time. "Nah, I'll do it." I know what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
"Nah, I'll do it. Please do it." He like, "Nah, I ain't finna do that."
Yeah. Cause he knows sometimes when you go to those ways like that, it's gonna be a revolving door.
Right.
Why I'm gonna sit here and beat this dude up, beat the hell out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, two sides to it.
Right.
People sit here and I'm going to go out there and whoop his ass.
Mm-hmm.
Now you sitting like these boys come out on the damn gurney.
Right.
What you want to do, what your intention to do, and what may happen may be totally different things, but you get into it because, like, man, this how they get down.
Mm-hmm.
F and F.
Right. And I knew, like I said, I knew how my uncle got down.
Mm-hmm.
I knew how he got down. Now, he didn't have to bring a crew with him because he didn't need that. But I knew how he get down. I knew who I was calling.
Yeah.
I said, I know who I'm calling. I know what I want to happen.
Yeah.
He just wouldn't do it. He's like, "Nah,
and a lot of times that be kind of like wisdom, you know, and everything. My sister and her boyfriend, I love them to death. They getting the stuff. I ain't getting into that.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, me knowing my sister, you know, she on the loud end, she might be the antagonist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I go approaching this man, and hey man, that's just no, man. You know, I know this, that, and that,
Right.
and stuff like that doesn't happen. Like no, cause you know, not saying about my sister, but I'm just saying we all know how there can be situations where, you know, things are started by the female, this, that, and that, and the guy might be responding with this, or things like that. You know, just a person might have said something to a child in the house.
Right.
That they may be a step parent. And what that little bit say? I call you quick. I'm Team Quint.
Right.
I'm Team Quint. Quint, what the hell she do to you? But you know those situations where, you know, especially with children involved, and you sitting there like, man, kid, I'm gonna call my daddy. I'm gonna call this, that, and that, and you sitting there like, hold on, little, I just bought these toys for you, did this,
Right,
that,
right.
that, and all this other kind of stuff, just that quick. And that's what I'm just saying, those kind of things, like, you gotta be very careful. And I don't think a lot of times, now, let me say this, because this what, we gonna have shows about this kind of stuff with these step parents and all this other kind of
Right.
stuff. That'd be the elephant in the room. Because one part of you saying, okay, look, I want my child, somebody touch you, do this, that, and that, let somebody know what's going on. But then you want this this person to come in. You also want that. But like I said, you people want them to discipline them the way they want to discipline.
Right.
You know, and everything like that. And then there might be a situation where, look, I'm going to give you free roam, do this, that, and that. But people don't want to sit there and do that.
Right.
What the hell I look like being a stepdaddy and raising a kid the way you want?
Right.
Shit, if you could do all this shit, if you feel like you can turn him into a man, make him this and that, you don't need me around.
You don't need me at all.
You know what I'm saying? Just call me, spend the night, and I go. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing I think a lot of times people don't want to address. You know, again, if you feel like somebody's a threat to your child or whatever, you shouldn't have them around anyway. But those are the kind of things I've got. When we start talking about keeping folks out your damn business, again, tonight's show, guys, keeping family out your business. You got to be realistic about who you bring around, who you ain't bringing around. You know they're a solid person,
right,
but they done got in your kid's ass or got in your ass about something you did right, you did wrong, and something they did wrong. Shit, you can't do that.
right.
You can't do that. I'm supposed to might be the tequila.
So, Slick says that it all makes you look and feel different about people. Lion Lady Love too says my dad used to do that to my mom, and she got sick and tired. She shot at him and scared the food out of him, and it never happened again, and stayed with him until his demise in 2007. They were married for 60 years. Yeah, and that's the thing, like,
I'm glad the bullet missed.
Right.
Sheesh.
Right. but I think about that, if that would have been, I don't know how, if Lady Lion Love had any siblings or anything, and mom would have called, you get what I'm saying? And said, he doing something to me, your brother would have went over there and took care of it, like my uncle was going to do, and now it's a whole big to-do. And she stayed with him still. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. And I'm telling you something, to even the point where you at, shit you did in 2007, totally different how it's handled by the police now.
Right.
Because they come to your house now, somebody got to go to jail.
Somebody going to jail.
Somebody going to jail.
Right.
And don't your ass leave, they're going to put a warrant out for your ass.
Right.
Like, that's why I say it, like, you know, when you start doing that, that's where a lot of, how many times, and God knows, man, I ain't, you know, me and my ex-wife, we handle domestic violence. I'm from that school, you know, I would leave you the F alone. If I see a piece of crazy in your ass, I am one of them F, you know, shit.
Crazy don't use the concept.
Yeah. Hey, man, get the hell on. I got no problem. I block your number, every damn thing.
Right.
But, and to that point, your heated argument, shouldn't be the justification to get somebody locked up and all that. Because how many times you see where police, family members come to the house because you pissed off, because you said some below belt shit to him, he said some below belt shit to you, you grabbed his ass, he pushed your ass out. Because what's the adage? There should be no way in hell that a man should put his hands on a woman. Bullshit. Shit. Let me tell you something. Anybody know me, I don't believe in beating on no woman, this, that, and that. Like my granddad told me, don't hit no woman, but don't you let her hurt your ass.
Right.
And we can't be oblivious that women out here will cut your ass, scratch your ass, do all this other kind of stuff, tear your shit up. You just supposed to sit there. What movie did you see that in? Where did you see this shit in? That shit ain't been in no movie. Ain't no hell no. It ain't been in no Western movie. It ain't been in no nothing. Where the hell you seen it's okay to tear this man's shit up and he just sit there? That's what a man do. Where did he make a pawpaw him? Pawpaw him just, they were damn hitting they women like damn prize fighters and shit back in the day. So that's what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to get it. Where's this new fashion of men sit there, scratch me up, cut me up, tear my shit up? Where they come from? Cause like I said, them old school dudes.
Right.
Shit. Yeah, I mean they hitting like Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? Ain't never, grandma walk around there, knots all over her head.
I ain't never saw my grandma like that, but hey.
But you get,
I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying? Now here's the deal. You might not see her handle granddaddy like that either, though.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm only saying this to say that when people bring certain things in because it's an argument and stuff, like, you got to understand, we start talking about keeping family members out your business. A lot of shit people start, and when you start it, to like your point, you see your uncle come, police come. Now he done got the shit beat out of him. He done got locked up. Police done shot this damn person and killed him behind your ass doing this, that, and that. And I'm saying even with it could be the damn, a guy doing the same thing. But people got to be very, very careful when you start bringing other folks in, because again, I'm looking at like that couple was fighting. She was when I was looking at the Travis Rudolph trial. One thing that stuck with me when they were asking her about you see him fighting on the ring, and he really getting her ass off of him. Like he wasn't, you see him getting her ass off of him. He turned around, she still this, that, and that. She saying some below the belt shit. He saying some below the belt shit. He getting her ass off of him, whatever. And if to her, he just did this, he did that. No, your ass flipping the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the thing. A lot of time when I hear this kind of stuff about you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. I don't think no man should beat no damn woman.
Right.
She get you that damn. Anybody know me? She get you that man. Leave it the hell alone. I'm point blank period. Right? I'm like that with anything. I'm like that with just basic situation. Even if it's a guy. You know, I'm too damn old to be fighting. Like,
Right.
look, man, let me get the hell on. You know, for my temper and all that stuff. Take over. That's why I say like, but when you go down those roads, you can't do certain things and then expect people to handle you the right way. You go over somebody's house with a pistol to talk. You got to deal with how that stuff come out of there.
How the conversation go in.
And you also got to be very careful when you want to sit here and vent to your family about the person you with, about what your kids doing at school, this, that, and that. Because people sit here and say, well, damn, you need to beat his ass or beat her ass.
Right.
Take this from me. And they really talking about your kid like, your kid just made a dumbass mistake. But they not no damn, predator.
Right. Slick said, where was she when her family rolled out? When they went over this house, where was she at home?
I don't know what she was. She might have been at home. She wasn't with them.
Oh, she wasn't with them.
No, she wasn't with them. No, she wasn't with them. She wasn't with them. No, she wasn't with them.
Okay.
She called, and everything. With it's I think because they got him pressed up, and I don't think that they brought that towards them. With doing it. That's why they probably look comfortable. I think if they probably had some charges put on them, they probably responded more different with a lot of stuff. But that's why I say, man, people understand when you start opening certain doors, putting it in, because again, we talking about majority of the time we've been talking about a significant other.
But she an instigator. If she wasn't instigated, probably none of this would have happened.
Absolutely. But like I said, it ain't gotta be the person you're in a relationship with. Like I say, your children. Your children, like, you know what I'm saying? Just think about how many times somebody gave you just beat their ass advice.
Right.
You need to beat his ass.
Right.
Your little 3-year-old just to sit here and jumping up and down.
Right.
Beat his ass.
You know what kids do.
Yeah, beat that. And then you sit down and listen to this uncle or aunt tell you to beat their ass. And then you see, they fucked up kids. And you sit down like, well, hell.
But when you gonna
You know,
get yours?
you know what I'm saying? And it's not the issue in saying not discipline them.
Right.
But damn, maybe, hell, what shit, you did a lot of damn beating the hell. That shit ain't damn
They
work.
work 9 times.
You know,
they
so-
flipping tables and everything.
Yeah, but those kind of things you got to be very careful of doing. Just like, hey, I remember being younger, and one of my uncles, I don't know if it was a peak, maybe, I know I had been a damn father of more than one damn child, and I had an uncle, older guy. Hey man, you don't hold a baby like this. I'm like, I know I done held more damn babies. He was older than me, but I know he finna, shit. I know I've been more active with my kids than this motherfucker.
Right. I know twice.
Yeah, but hell, I done raised kids.
Right.
I know he ain't raised none of his.
Right.
I'm just sitting there saying like, damn, I got it, shit, I got it,
Right.
I had to care because I'm gonna cut my uncle out, but those kind of things where people a lot of times they don't have no problem giving your ass advice. You catch hell trying to get solutions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People tell you all kind of stuff, what to do, what not to do.
Lady Love too says charity starts at home. Slick says that she goes from 1 to 10, no in between, but she needs counseling. Yeah, she does go to 1 to 10. I'll be like, why you getting all upset? That ain't even nothing really to get upset. Like, don't waste your energy on that. Like,
Well, I think a lot of time we all had our moments where we kind of snap here and there. That's why it's very important we know how we are and know what triggers us,
right.
and try to stay away from it.
Pretty Puff Events says beating is advised by people who never understood that kids become afraid of adults. That's true.
One thing about it is that all children are different. Just like even being a coach, some kids I can be a little more louder with, some I can just talk to them smooth and cool. Some I gotta sit here damn near draw some eight Crayola pictures in the dirt, so they can't process shit.
Right.
Everyone's different, and when you have holistic ways that you do certain things, and think it's going to be a universal response, that's not realistic, because none of us like that, even as adults.
Right.
You at your job, everybody don't pick up things the same way. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think a lot of time people forget certain things. But that's why I say you got to be very careful of people want to tell you what to do with your kids and all this other kind of stuff. especially listening and everything. I think
Especially when you tell them stuff like, man, my kid don't know how to act. You keep putting them in your business.
shit.
And your uncle or your brother, like, every time I talk to you, talking about how he doing this. You need to just beat him.
I think
Give him whooping.
absolutely.
Right.
I think I've done a pretty decent job being a father, but I really don't get nobody. If people ask me,
Right.
I give my opinion. But anybody know me, I ain't never been the type of person to be like, man, you need to do this with your kid, you need to do that with your kid. And the main reason I'm not like that, because all three of my all four of my kids are different. And so when I sit there and say this kind of shit, like no, when I don't necessarily know if I would do things a certain way. That's me listening to somebody. You ask me a question, I can give you my opinion. But a lot of my opinions is also based off of the amount of interaction time I spend in my kids.
Right.
If you don't do what I'm doing, you probably don't get the same results. And that's the kind of thing about it. I don't know, and I only know how to do it the way I do it. That doesn't make my way right. That doesn't make my way wrong. That's just how I do it. I'm not trying to judge nobody, but I damn sure can't tell you, hey man, listen, you need to do it this way, because you might can't make the time commitment or be stuck on being stern enough to do certain things like that. Somebody got
well, hold on, let me scroll down one time. Okay. Yeah. Pretty Puffy Ben says kids will structure themselves because they look for love and embrace it from adults. Lady Love 2 says it depends on the generation. Hold on. Pretty Puff Event says, and yes, all kids do different things and need discipline, but beat they ass energy comes from adults who got their ass beat and not disciplined folks forgot about words. That's true. Discipline should only be beaten. That's true. Now, as a person who I was told I never got a whooping when I was younger. I don't know if that's bad or good, but I never did. I mean, I got one. I was in like 5th grade. But other than that, I never got a whooping ever. Don't ask me why, but I just never did. And my mom kept my family in our business, in the business, because she was never around. So it's a different thing. It's just how it goes, and we're trying to go back to keeping. This is not really about beating kids. It's about putting your family in the business. But I never really got one, so I can't really. And I never did my kids.
Well, let me get this. Let me give this probably a universal response to any kind of discipline you do with your kids. You're going to figure whatever way works depending on how the outcome is. So if you whoop their ass, you feel they turned out right, you need to whoop their ass. If you talk to them the whole time, you feel they turned out right, you're going to think, okay, just speaking with them. A lot of times it's just really on the result. So that's the thing about it. So if you feel like, okay, I just talk to them all the time, that's just how your thought process is going to be. Everybody got their ass whooped. Ain't got trauma, they just got their ass whooped. They disciplined that way.
Right.
And they think that's how you got to do it, but that's how it worked with you. And as I as an adult, I was sitting there, especially in the military, and even when I knew high school coaches, you don't need to cuss me.
Right.
You don't need to yell at me. Like I'm right here. I get it. Everybody don't respond to that.
Right.
So I always just look at it is a lot of times people's opinion is based on the result. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense.
Right.
They ain't making it right or wrong.
Everybody's result is different.
Exactly. So that's why I say typically, if it turns out to your liking, then your liking and my liking might be totally different. But if the result turned out to your liking, you feel like, okay, the process you used was right. We just talked. If you feel like it turned out to your liking, may not be my liking. And if I whoop their butt and everything, put them on punishment, this, that, you feel like, okay, that was good. Now we ain't talking. Now that's where we got that gray area. Beating the hell out of them, choking them, and all this other kind of stuff. But but everybody's gonna have a different opinion on that in regards to that. I'm never.
Lon Layla said there's no law saying you can't whoop your kid. You just can't assault them. That's what you just said.
Yeah, and that's great. That's a great word because you can pop your kid one damn time. And let them get their ass on the thing. You got to say, you got to deal with, all the ramifications come with that. Slick said, I think you're an awesome dad and human too, Pooch. Thanks, Rick. I appreciate that. Make sure you tell Crystal that too.
Right. Lady Lionel Love says that her friend went to jail for hers. Pretty Puff Event said, yeah, but the family members that are advising that probably was never weighed multiple has never weighed multiple options for discipline, and some people think they work for everybody. That works for everybody. Thinks that one way works for everybody.
Yeah, but see, that's the deal about it. Just say you got one kid or two kids, or however, and you whoop everybody's ass, and it worked. They turn out okay. Then we can say and say, well, folks they've been tested, got trauma, this, that, and that. I'm just saying, if you felt that was they turned out okay, you're gonna feel like that process works. 80%, y'all can Google this. 85% of the world does not think in logic.
Right.
So I don't think the vast majority of people look at 8 or 9 different ways or options. The vast majority of people don't. The people we most of the creatures are having. Yeah, well,
it's microwave right now. Like,
I don't think
you
ever
can watch a video for longer than a minute.
Shit, I don't think ever like people really just look at different pros and cons about way things go, how to roll with certain things. I think most of the time, if you got a certain way you do certain things, you know, you're like, okay, I'm cool doing this. Now again, that doesn't make it right. But what I'm saying, like, a lot of times you may have family members say, well, look, whoop their ass. Or you need to do this, you need to stop. You going to the club or you going to the damn club all the damn time. Your kids don't need to see that. They don't need to see you with all these damn different men.
Right.
You're a man, you shouldn't be. You should be doing this. All these kind of people, why you ain't paying all the bills? You the man.
Right.
Shit, because I'm working that damn Family Dollar. She the damn lawyer. I'm just saying, you know, so. But my point with that is people going to give opinions based off what they've incurred.
Right.
You might get this damn Buddha. Every now and then, there's this enlightened person that can look at things from other angles and stuff. But the vast majority of people aren't like that.
Right.
The vast majority of people aren't thinkers. That's why the world doesn't function like that. You know, we ain't in ancient Greece where everybody just walking around and just telling me exactly. It's not that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to get a lot of folks.
We're in a violent world, and generally the responses are violent. That's just what people know, and that's just how they respond to things a lot of times, be it with their children or not. Luckily for me, I never experienced that, so I never passed that on to my children because I don't pass it on to anybody. I think children are children, man. You gotta let them be children. You gotta let them open their eyes, and I don't know. Children love me because I'm gonna talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Love on them. I don't know.
But see, that's the thing about it, Leo. You can just say you got 5 kids, and 4, you like, okay, everybody got their ups and downs, but you got this one, you like, this motherfucker is. You like, what the hell?
One now.
You know, you sitting there like, what the hell? And you can go through a gamut of different techniques to try to figure out how to fix this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might just say, well, look, I'm not whooping. But we're time outing, we're punishing, I'm taking to this, I'm taking to that. And none of this shit work. You might just say, bow, upside the butt one time. And they just scared the shit out of them, and that works. That might not be your stilo, just be doing that kind of stuff. But it goes back to a lot of time, we don't know.
Right.
We don't know. Did that make, you know, you ain't really feeling doing that and all that kind of stuff. But what the hell caused that? Now, we can have all kind of opinions on, you might have caused trauma, But what you might have did is just pause this bullshit too. So that's the kind of thing I just want people to kind of be thinking about, not to actually go into, hey, how you should parent your kids. Be very, very careful who you listen to. When we start talking again, keeping family members out your business. That stuff, like I said, it don't stick in.
There's consequences to that too. You may not see it as a child. With the child, when you discipline them, but you'll realize it as they get older.
What you mean?
Like if your child is not responding to that type of discipline, when they get older, they're gonna have resentment towards you. I mean, they're not gonna be lovey-dovey if it didn't take to them like you know what I'm saying with that type of discipline.
Well, that's everything. It could be, you know, even with the whole point of just say they might resent you because you beat them, or they might just not even respect you. Because he ain't disciplined. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's a coin toss. But you know, like, when we looking at the whole thing of bringing family members in, dog, because, like, Dad, we talk relationship, the kids. You know, why the hell you still working that damn dead-end job? Why you ain't did this, that, and that? And you sitting here, what was that movie, Acrimony?
Okay.
Remember that? And with the brother and what's old girl name? Taraji P. Henson.
Right. Okay.
And remember he had that $1 million invention he was working on all the years. Her sisters them just giving it there. All of a sudden, she left him.
Mm-hmm.
He got it. He loved that woman.
Right.
He loved that woman. He loved her. He didn't like her. He loved his wife. But her family was just like, why are you wasting your time with this dude? He ain't this, he ain't that. And she stayed down. Till all of a sudden she started
He ain't listening.
listening.
And ear started
Hey, start listening. She left him.
Mm-hmm.
He actually, the business exploded.
Mm-hmm.
He went in all of the wrongs that he might have did because he put them all kind of financial debt, lost the mom's house, rebought the house, gave her some money, moved on, got a new woman.
Mm-hmm.
Baby on the way, she lost her mind. That's the thing about it, like, with that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, I can understand sometimes people looking, and I can see what causes all that.
Mm-hmm.
People giving their opinion on it, but, you know, hey, he need help with this. They might need to pay for this, family caring. I get that. I get that. That's why I say even when you putting folks in there, but you got to be very careful of that because when you with somebody, your obligation is to honor their vision.
Mm-hmm.
Their vision might be taking a while to come around.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't for my mama, my dad, and all the other folks to sit here and understand their vision. They be like, man, this joker here, why is he still doing this, that, and that? But you got to understand the other side of it.
Right.
When you start bringing them in to get their opinion. Because if it's unsolicited, you can nip it in the bud. But if you come to ask for help and money and pick up this, can you get this, that, help us out with Junior, this, that, and that, that's going to come.
Mm-hmm.
Understand that very, very carefully.
Right.
Understand that because, again, career stuff and things, different endeavors, people got to look at that because there'll be no shortage of time when people talk about when they can actually make money, do stuff business-wise and stuff like that. But when you start talking about people covering costs, the business going in, we finna lose this, we finna lose that, that's when all kind of stuff, like, people don't have really, you know, leave it alone, quit it. Like, damn, you ain't got no more in-depth advice than that shit, you know? And it'd be tough to get that.
Lon Layla said she pushed him away, I guess, about the movie. She said, remember Pastor Whoop Ass? He passed away. It was a pastor y'all had on West Side called Pastor Whoop Ass?
Rev, right on Hollywood Road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rev was the church right there on Hollywood Road.
Uh-huh.
Man, what about a guy named Uncle Tom? You stay with him. He was one of my granddaddy's friends. But Rev Church, right before you, I think right after you pass Hollywood Coat, or right before you get to it. But yeah, I forgot the church. But it was on Geraldo or Sally or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he died in a fire.
Reverend Allen.
Reverend Allen, yeah, Reverend Allen. They was whipping the kids in the church and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, man. But hell, they walk around, them damn men be 40, 50 years old with they damn 18-year-old wives and shit.
Pastor Whoop Ass.
Yeah, they pass whoop ass, but they also damn some Chesters in there. You know, and everything. And, you know, but that was one of the things they were stern on. That's how they felt with discipline. I think but that was the whole problem with things like that. Everybody got to know how you do stuff in your house.
Right.
Everybody ain't got to know what the hell going on and all your stuff.
Right.
You know, that's why sometimes is I could be the type of dad to be sitting here saying, well, I did this with my kids, I did this, that, and that. And then one of the kids go left with something. Oh, damn, bro, what going on? Mm-hmm. You see that with damn Steve Harvey.
Right.
He saying all this with the woman. His sister, his daughter out there just
living it
passing that thing out. Passing that thing out.
Sleep said that people love to tell you how to handle your shit, but they can't handle their own.
Hell no. And they get amnesia with their shit.
They line up and say we moving on to other things. No, the show is actually about keeping family out your business. I think we got on the kids that got stuck, but yeah, we're not moving on. We're just keeping it flowing. She said them kids set the house on fire. He went to jail for 2 years for all that.
Yeah. But when the kids set it on fire with him?
I guess with the woman part, then he set it on fire. I think the kids set the house on fire, I guess.
Yeah. He died. Yeah, he died in that fire.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he was inhalation or whatever, man. But yeah, he was an older cat, had a little peewee and everything, man. And I seen that time they showed he was like his 60s or 70s, man. They were showing his wife. She was like, man, they joking. Nah, she was that young.
20, 21.
But a couple of them kids went to West Fulton with me. So that's how I remember and everything like that. But you know, folk kept their business and stuff. I think when, you know, they probably doing all kind of stuff in there. But you know, I think when you want to put your business out there to the world, when you so stuck on this is the right way to do it, that's your way of doing it. And that's why I say majority of this world does not look at and respect that everybody does not think the way they do.
Right.
As long as you're not imposing your stuff on anybody else, because I can't tell you how to do stuff with your wife if y'all get down like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when you start imposing this how the world should be, that's just how, you know, it worked for y'all.
And that's what we got.
But most people don't think like that.
Right.
That's why I say from a logical standpoint, you don't have a lot of people that are going to be open-minded to understand like this is just how we roll or whatever. Most people don't do that, like.
This ain't no one-size-fits-all type deal.
No.
Everybody's sizes is different. And everybody's experiences is different. People usually do things based off their experiences.
Yeah.
I mean,
And-
to be honest with you, people, you know, we talked about that last show, let that baggage alone, but you carry the baggage with you and you open it all the time.
Yeah, and you know you're dealing with somebody with limited exposure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I used to listen to my ex-father-in-law want to give me man advice and father advice. Ain't raised no kids.
Ain't raised damn kids.
Ain't raised damn kid for a little bit.
Right.
But he was quick to give me that. And, you know, 20-year-old Poochie might be like, whatever.
Right.
As you get older, you know, be like, hey, man,
don't hear that.
where the hell you getting this shit from? You know, but that's why they go back to, like I said, he had never been really checked. I wish things had been, you know, conversation had been made earlier. But again, when I had to do it, I really didn't. You know, you don't be wanting to go there.
Right.
I ain't, you know, and that real talk. You don't be wanting to go there.
Lion Layla said, remember the jewel thief who she never told her family anything for 6 decades and she was stealing. She never let him in her business. That's true.
There you
And the
go.
minute she let him in, she got arrested.
Well, listen, with all that said, guys, you know, I really appreciate the discussion. Guys, I'm going to need y'all to start calling in, too.
Right.
Because this was definitely a time we have some, me and Larry can run it, you know, don't get me wrong, but this was definitely a time for having more discussion in regards to that. But if we can get ready to wrap it up, I appreciate the conversation, appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure, again, regardless of what platform you're looking at, go to Changing Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Birdie. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Take advantage of all the great information we currently already have on the YouTube channel. And I appreciate all of you guys helping us grow and do everything that we've been doing with the YouTube channel as well. With that said, I'll be back next week with Mr. Short Dollar. I love you all. Take care of yourself. Be safe, and I'll talk with you soon.
Thank you.